36 weeks to go, and every time I do this, it just seems to count down faster. Early start today, get out before the heat starts kicking in again, because it's been baking, it's been too warm. I was going to go last night for a walk after work, but it's just been far too warm. It's been far too hot, so we got out and about. We spoke last week about the importance of talking, and it kind of leads into what we're going to talk about today when we get further up and around. And by talking, just it helps, but we're not going to get into talking. It's just the knock-on effects to what it does from talking, so we're going to get into that a bit further on. But not necessarily going to be a long walk today, but we get back before it starts getting too hot, because it has just been so warm. So yeah, stick around. I spoke before about the importance of making a start, and it just started the first incline today, and it makes you realise, you look at it and think, oh my god, we've got this to go. And I said before that I'll start filming myself going up the inclines and pushing myself and things, and this is the reason these walks help. And I'll get into the walking helping me further in the series. Potentially the last episode of the series, I might look at doing it then, but I do, as I've said before in the first series, that I think it's important to show the hard yards of the climbing, of making a start and doing the little steps, because things generally do become easier. And if you're not going to make a start, you're going to keep wondering where the start is. But you look at this, and first incline, oh god, here we go, it's early morning, can't bother with that. But you're not going to get to the top without making a start. So these walks really do help, and we'll get up there and get into it more. And here we are, nearly the top of the first incline up there. But it's important to making a start. You're not going to get to the end by making a start, and there's no way this time last year I'd even need to come up here this fast or walk up here and talk. And because I made a start, this is why these walks help me. If you get to the top, it's only the top of the first incline, we've got more to go, but the rewards you feel after pushing yourself is fantastic. And it's the same as making a start, finishing something. My digital book started in January, finished, that's out for sale. Making a start on a walk, here we are, top of the first incline, 1.7k. But there's no way, like I said, this time last year I'd have been able to push myself like that. You get to the top, just look how peaceful it is, how quiet. Oh god, there's cows. Yeah, we'll see if we get through these cows, get up and have a drink, and then we'll get into today's topic, event. Oh, there's loads of them. Oh man, I hate them. Let's try and get through these cows and see what happens. That was hard work, there was loads of them. Oh my god, I had to go through the bushes and things. I don't know what it is, why I got such a fear of cows. I don't know, but oh, this is going to be fun. We're just coming to the bottom of a loop, and this is what I'm faced with. I'm trying to say, there's a tree down. How are we going to get through here then? That's fun. Oh, there's a path. But yeah, there was absolutely loads of them. I had to go through the bushes and to get past them. They did go away from me. I got to start getting used to them, because I'm going to bump into cows on the mountain. But anyway, I've done this one before, this walk before, and I find it so challenging at times. You can push yourself, and we're just at the bottom of the second incline, and I thought I'd show you starting the incline and see where we're at. I don't know if I'm going to do 2 loops around here today, I don't know. Let's see what I'm like, see what I feel like when I get to the top, because see how warm it is. What time is it now? 20 past 6. We'll see how I feel when I get to the top, but we're going to get up. We'll go up this, get to the top of this first incline and see what happens. But I'm going to get into further on up about the importance of putting your phone down and or using it more productively. And I used to be terrible for being on my phone or not using it productively. When I talk productively, I'm obviously on my phone filming, so I deem that as productive. But when you're doing it for playing games as I used to, it's not necessarily the right thing. But we'll get into that more and the reasons why that helps me out further on. But we'll get up this first incline and see if we're going to do 2 loops or whether we stick to 1. When it gets tough, you're going to want to stop, no matter what you're doing. Walking, training, doing something, a project, start something. When you get the hard yards, halfway through, when you feel like nothing's moving, no man's land, you're going to want to stop. But there are the moments just to keep going, because you will get there. Then you get to a point where you can see the end, and all of a sudden it doesn't feel as heavy, it doesn't feel as hard, and you can see the finish line. And that makes a difference just from keeping going, just from trying to break through the wall, from not worrying about being in no man's land, putting the hard yards in. It just all becomes worth it. You get to the end, finish what you started, and all of a sudden a sense of achievement and reward is there. We're not doing 2 loops, it's too warm. We've still got a bit of distance to get home, so I'm not going to add another 40 minutes on. You get to the top, get your breath back, blowing there, but yeah, just keep going. In the dark days, the hard moments, just keep moving. I just mentioned about the importance of putting your phone down or doing something more productive. Now, this series is about things that help me, so this isn't me preaching to anybody, it's just things that I've learned to do, and doing different things on my phone instead of playing games, wasting hours playing games. I spoke the other week about doing a list, and I did a list at the start of the year to start YouTube, where we're doing that. I did about a digital cookbook, and then there's a couple of other things, not putting the weight back on, and I use my phone to develop the digital Christmas cookbook. That's something I've done from my phone that hopefully will benefit me, hopefully will be rewarding to me, all from my phone, all from changing my mindset on not playing games to doing something productive. And the sense of achievement and reward that I've got out of finishing that is phenomenal. It's brilliant to have that. And I'm not saying not to go on your phones, because that'd be me being hypocritical doing YouTube videos and things like that, but maybe limit them. Or well, I spoke last week about the Isle of Wight Festival there. It was my favourite one this time of year. I'm sure there's cows up there. I hope there's no cows up there. I spoke about how much we enjoyed the Isle of Wight Festival because we interacted with people we'd never met and had a laugh and a joke. But no point was anybody sat there on the phones where people were having a laugh and a joke. We all interacted, we all had a laugh, we all had a joke. Now, flip it around, and if you look at it and everyone had been sat there on the phones, there'd have been no laughing and joking, there'd have been no interacting, there'd been no talking. We'd have sat there, but we didn't. We're all talking, laughing, joking, making friends, making memories. Now, again, I spoke last week about the conversation with Paul going to the Isle of Wight in the van. Now, again, we had a conversation non-stop, bonding, memories, fantastic. Now, put it in that if one of us had been on our phone, that wouldn't have happened. And like I said, I'm not saying not to be on your phone, because it's part of life, it's part of society. Are people on the phones too much? My opinion, yes, absolutely. I generally think in 20 years' time, people have struggled to social interact because of right now, that people are getting used to being on the phones, of playing games, of talking to each other on the phone, face-to-face conversations are going, and I don't think that's right. And it's helped me by coming away from my games, from not playing my games, and I haven't been on for months, and the book gets done, the YouTube videos get done, and the other venture I've got going on is done on my phone. All things potentially change my life. All things that potentially improve me as a person going forward. By doing something different on my phone than the everyday normal. These things, they are cows. These things have helped me out. I've generally, well, it's developed. I've developed a book. I developed a digital Christmas cookbook. I'm growing a YouTube channel via my phone. So you can do other things on your phone if you're willing to take a step back from what you're doing and have a look at doing something else to develop something to hopefully improve things for you. Now, it's not me preaching. It's, again, these videos, this series is all about things that help me. Oh my God, these are massive. All about things that help me. So if it helps, then fantastic. You may not, and you may think he's talking a lot of shit, but I'm only saying things that have helped me. I'm putting that down, putting my phone down, or doing something more productive on there has given me far more sense of achievement than playing any game, or from coming across something that I don't know, but looking through sports news channels or looking through anything. I don't do negativity very well. I don't do negative. There's too much negativity in the world, and news sells, doesn't it? Negativity sells. But I don't look for things like that. And I've decided to do different things and be more productive on my phone, and it's working for me. It's giving me a sense of achievement, sense of reward, and moving things forward fast for me. So, as I say all the time, luckily enough, the fenced off. Panicking then. Luckily enough, the fenced off. Yeah, it's a sense of achievement, and you've just got to little steps. I talk about little steps all the time. I'm not saying to stop it straight away. Just try little steps. Just have a look for something you've got in your mind that you want. I spent years wanting to develop a Christmas digital cookbook. Never did it. And I got to Christmas before New Year. I was pissed off at myself because I hadn't done it. I'm not going to have that feeling this year, am I? Because it's for sale. It's there. It's done. So if you've got an idea in your head, and you've got something you want to do, have a look. Make a start. If like, I'm no whiz on anything, but if anybody wants to know how I started doing what I'm doing, I'm more than happy to reply to comments, have a conversation, and I can give guidance on how I did it, but I can't give guidance on anything else. But if anyone wants, drop a comment, let me know. I'll more than happy help out if I can. But if you've got something tickling around in your head, you think, oh, I might be able to do this, why not have a go? Why not make a start? Today, instead of going to play a game on your phone, just give something a try. Develop something. Google something that, how do I do this? How do I do that? How do I get started on this? Just make a start, because if you don't make a start, you'll keep regretting it. And there's no reason not to make a start, because you've got your phone. You can find anything out on there, anything you want to, and use it to be more productive, to help change you, develop you, potentially change your life. It generally could change your life. Whatever you do today, developing on your phone, instead of scrolling or playing a game or putting a negative comment on somebody's post, because people put themselves out there. Google how you, or put something in and to a search engine, and how do I make a start on this, and have a look. Because at times, believe me, it's easier than you realise to make a start. The hardest part of anything is making a start, and I realised this, and I had no more excuses at times, because I had all the tools I needed in my hand, my phone. So my phone's in my hand and I'm playing games instead of having a go at doing things. That's regret kicking in right there every year from not having a go. Just make a start, have a look. On our way back, get back before this heat kicks in again, because it's ridiculously warm at the moment. It's yeah, it's too much. As I said at the start, I was going to go out last night, and time I got home from work, it was still 35 degrees and I ain't going walking in that. That's silly conditions to be doing it in. So anyway, we're going to get back. But yeah, went through today the importance of putting your phone down, and well, again, it's not necessarily putting your phone down. Just do something productive. There's things you can do, there's things you can look at doing, and reach out. I can only give guidance on what I've done and how I've done it and what I use to be able to help out, and I'm more than willing to give more opinions on what I've done and how I've done it. What's the word? I don't know. Help out as much as I can with how I've done it, and if that does help somebody out, that's where the Christmas Cookbook has been done. I spent years rushing around like an idiot, and if that helps somebody out, fantastic. But if I can help anybody out with being able to want to develop something, but listen, you may have one idea in your head and think, oh, that's not going to work. How do you know? How do you know unless you're going to have a go? Just have a go. Give it a go. You don't know, do you? You don't know. Type it into something of how do I make a start on this, and instead of, I don't know, playing a game or scrolling, and for those who do it, trolling people, try something positive today. Try doing something that potentially could change your life, potentially could improve everything for you, potentially get you out of a rut of being stuck, not knowing which way to turn. I felt these feelings for years and years and years, and if it hadn't been for a conversation with Lee, my brother-in-law, on Christmas, I wouldn't have been doing YouTube. I wouldn't have even done digital Christmas cookbook. But when he mentioned it, YouTube, I thought, well, why not have a go at other stuff? Why not do other things? Try different ventures, try different things to improve things for me, my family. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, what have I lost? Nothing, because as I said last week on a video, these videos have helped me more than I ever thought it was going to. Never realised it was going to be so beneficial to me. But guys, yeah, give your phone a go at doing something different today. Just have a go. Something different from what you normally do. Developing something, trying something from what you normally do that you think, sit there and you've wasted an hour. Give something different a go. Here we are, back. I think just under 17k today. I'm glad I went out early. You can feel it getting warmer now. I wouldn't have fancied being up there with it being as warm as it's going to be. And yeah, I'm glad I was out early. Glad I was out early, got back. And yeah, I'm going to go out and about now. It's no coffee today. It's a bit too warm. I just got water. Yeah, just on today's video, I went into there. A couple of different things about the importance of keep going, making a start and keep going. And when you can see the finish line and when you can see the end, things become easier. And I've spoken there about no man's land is tough place to be. And when you get in there and you start hitting walls and you start hitting things, this is when little things, what seems like a big thing is actually a little thing. You kind of stop and you don't go any further with it. And this is, I did it for years and years and years, and I spent years getting to a stage and this isn't working, or that's not working, or I'm not seeing a difference, and I'm going to stop. And I did it. And I generally believe, if it hadn't been for a conversation with Lee Christmas Eve about a YouTube channel, I definitely wouldn't have started YouTube. So that's 100%. That was down to a conversation with Lee, and what he did by suggesting it and helping out at the start and supporting really does mean a lot. I didn't envisage how well and how much I was going to benefit from this YouTube channel, as I've said before, and I really am. The videos really do help me. The filming really does help me, and it kind of goes back into last week's episode of talking. And this week's about putting your phone down or doing something more productive with your phone. You can do. And after the conversation with Lee Christmas Eve, I spent time looking at YouTube videos about what I can do to start out and how we can get going and where do we go and things. And I made a start, and I come across one and it said, don't keep trying to do the perfect video because it won't happen. You need to post and get used to posting videos. And then you'll get so far down and look back and think, Well, I did it. I started, and that's what I did. So I did the first video in January, and now we sat here in July, and videoing becomes easier. On my fear of filming in front of people is getting there. It's still work in progress, but this is the hard yards I'm putting in on that. I'm in the middle of getting over that fear of doing it, and sat in my shed now with the door open. It's just little things to try and get used to it. So I did it with my phone at the start of the year, started YouTube. As I've spoke about, I've done the Christmas digital cookbook via my phone, which kind of backs up you can do things. And this is when I started seeing these come to fruition and happening. I stopped playing the games. I stopped doing things on my phone, started giving myself more time, started doing things on my phone, but hopefully will benefit me, will hopefully have a positive impact on my life. It's having a positive impact doing the YouTube videos anyway, because the videos, like I said, really helped me out. But the couple of things today about the going through the hard yards. Starting is one of the toughest things to do. Once you start, you can take little steps. The next hardest part of it is keeping going when you think, I'm not getting anywhere. The hard yards, no man's land. Horrible, horrible place to be. And I've been here with YouTube where March, I was going to knock this on the head. In March time, I was going to finish because there was nothing happening. It just didn't seem to be happening. Nothing happening. And then I did my 1 year announcement video at the end of March, and it kind of started escalating from there. And it's growing slowly, and I'm quite happy and content with how it's growing. I'd like it to go faster, but it's the same as anything you do in life. You'd like more out of anything than you set out to do. So I'm getting the rewards out of it, and it's working for me. So all from using my phone to be able to do it, to be able to do this, from spending time doing this and not playing a game, from being productive on my phone, I'm developing a YouTube channel. The book, like I said, is finished. The link is in the description if you want to go and have a look. It is available to buy. But the book as well, that is something I've spent years and years and years developing over Christmas by doing the same routine all the time. And it gets quicker and it gets quicker and it gets quicker and it gets easier. So I thought, my YouTube channel is hopefully going to be helping people. Why not do a book to see if that helps people as well and put some in a flow? So all from my phone. So it's just, it shows that there are different things you can do. And as I said, you're going to get people who love to scroll and troll, and it's going to happen. But if you're one of those people who likes to troll, then that's fine. But why not have a go today doing something different? Seeing if you can do something different, improve something for your life and make it better. And as I said, people are gonna think that they don't need to do anything, don't need to change anything. I'm one of those people who's always looking to better myself, always looking to improve myself, always looking at what I can do to develop. And I'll get to January and I'll come up with a new list of what I want to do next year to overcome and challenge myself, because you need to. But again, it's all things you can do on your phone. So yeah, there we are. That's this week's episode 3 done. So next week, 4th episode of series 2. We're already in there, and that'll be 35 weeks to go. It's time's flying by, isn't it? But yeah, thank you guys.